Everyone knows the hero in green tights, but finding the real Robin Hood is like chasing a ghost through Sherwood Forest. The legend didn't start with movies. It began in the 1300s with spoken ballads that were much grittier than modern versions. In these early tales, Robin wasn't a noble who lost his land, but a violent yeoman who was a crackshot with a bow. Historians have found several Robert Hoods in legal records. But Robin Hood was often just a generic nickname for any outlaw. In 1225, a man named Robert Hood was declared a fugitive in York, and his seized property was worth only 32 shillings. Surprisingly, the earliest stories don't place him in Nottingham at all, but further north in the Barnsdale Forest of Yorkshire. The famous "steal from the rich and give to the poor" line didn't actually appear in the stories for nearly 200 years. Early Robin was more of a rebel who hated corrupt officials and churchmen, rather than a selfless philanthropist for the needy. Little John is the only merry man who appears in the very oldest poems, and he was often more competent than Robin himself. Maid Marian wasn't even part of the original crew. She was added centuries later during French May Day festivals. Friar Tuck was also a late addition, likely borrowed from a different set of stories about a legendary fighting monk. The Sheriff of Nottingham was a real office, but the one in the legend is a composite of many hated local tax collectors. Most people link Robin to King Richard the Lionheart, but the early ballads actually set the story during the reign of Edward II. The Robin Hood name might have been a collective identity used by different bands of outlaws to strike fear into authorities. Sherwood Forest was a royal forest, meaning the king owned the deer, and poaching them was a crime punishable by death. The iconic longbow was the sniper rifle of the Middle Ages, requiring a lifetime of strength training to pull its 100-pound draw. Near Kirklees Priory, there is a grave marked as Robin Hood's, but the inscription is a 19th-century forgery written in fake Old English. As the centuries passed, Robin evolved from a dangerous criminal into a romantic hero to fit the morals of the time. He isn't one man, but a collection of every outlaw who ever dared to stick it to the man in the English woods. Whether he had one face or many, the spirit of Robin Hood lives on whenever we root for the underdog. Follow for more.